We are here to celebrate the demolition of the main plant process building. We've been at this now for over 30 months, bringing the main plant down to grade.
This is very exciting times, obviously. It's been a long time coming. Very proud of the workforce. They stayed focused throughout this challenging demolition project and made sure we delivered this safe and compliantly and also on time to satisfy our contract.
It was a long road, a lot of hard work, team effort, all the way from our craft labor all the way up to the senior management, making sure that we had the resources and tools, and obviously the craft executing that work day in and day out to do it safely and compliantly and ensure that we had no lost time accidents, had no off-site releases, and everything was done in a very controlled manner.
The demolition of the main plant was one of the most challenging and exciting demolitions that I've done in a long time, primarily because of how close the community is to the demolition site. It was really one of the major planning factors that went into how we were going to approach the demolition. We did a spectacular job of controlling the contamination at the source, and even with the road a stone's throw away to the public road, we were able to manage the contamination and keep it inside of our footprint. It couldn't have gone smoother.
We were trying to do all this unique demolition, never been done before, most contaminated building on the site. Because we were so close to the parking lot, so close to the public, we had to come up with these, what we call protected assumptions, which controlled the pace and how we actually performed the demolition to make sure that we were keeping the public safe, we were protecting the environment, we were keeping our workers safe.
When I got here 14 years ago, and we knew that the three main events in front of us was to clear out the high-level waste canisters to allow us to get to a point to do final deactivation to prepare the building for demolition. So the last canister leaving the building was a huge milestone for the site, and the melter eventually being shipped off-site. That was a long time coming also, along with a lot of the legacy waste that has been shipped off the site. All huge milestones that contribute to the cleanup of this site and reduce the risk to the environment and the public in this area.
I think the biggest thing we came up with was the ways where we could hammer out blocks, where you would only damage the outside of the block and then take the whole block as one piece to reduce the amount of airborne that might come off of that piece and to protect the workers and the environment. I think that's probably the biggest innovation we had.
The main plant demolition ended up being about 1,400 intermodal type containers, 150 specialty containers, which altogether is about just under 55 million pounds of waste dispositioned from West Valley to a disposal facility.
The West Valley Demonstration Project workforce is an amazing group of people. From the union to the salaried staff that are here, we've been able to accomplish great things with all of the constraints that were in this particular area. It's really an impressive workforce and amazing things that they were able to accomplish.
They stood in there day in and day out. They persevered through the weather and the challenges of this work.
I'm proud of the people at West Valley. It's a difficult project with lots of problems you have to overcome. Weather just being one of them. Either too much wind or not enough wind, or too rainy or not enough rain. Now you have dust, and too cold or too hot. The people at West Valley have always been incredibly great at figuring out how to work around all those kinds of problems when they happen.
I'm just swelled with pride on what these folks were able to accomplish over the past 2.5 years. It's just incredible how they came in, the folks who were operating the equipment, the folks who were prepping the waste boxes, everybody involved with this project, the people that were planning it, the people that were making sure we had the budget to do it, everybody involved. It was a huge team effort. They're incredible.
So not only was the workforce spectacular, but we also had a spectacular customer with our Department of Energy, as well as our subcontracting community in the West Valley area coming in to help complete the demolition. The NYSERDA team working with us as well to make sure that we were meeting whatever in-state criteria we needed. Additionally, working with the regulators on being able to complete the Phase 1A scope to really set the stage for being able to move into Phase 1B.
Nothing about this job is easy. The amount of planning and execution that went into this was years in the making, and will take us in the below grade as well. A lot of planning, a lot of execution, day in and day out, things changed. whether it was the structure that we were demolishing that day, the contamination levels we were dealing with that day, or the attention to detail that we had with certain equipment or portions of the building that needed to come out. So nothing was easy, and everybody, every day of the week, had to come in with their A game and be prepared to work. And thankfully, we had the type of people and the craft that were willing to do that day in and day out, come to work prepared, do their job, and do it well.
This really is a celebration of accomplishment, a celebration of teaming, a celebration of being able to meet milestones that are significant across the DOE complex. I am extremely proud, not just of the workforce, but of the accomplishment that we were able to do here at West Valley.